Disclaimer. Copyright disclaimer. Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Hi guys, welcome to my channel. In this video, I'm gonna share the synopsis of this movie. The movie opens with Jake Sully narrating his modest and tranquil life as chief of the Omatikaya clan and raising a family with his wife Ney'tiri. His family includes his sons Ney'tiri and Lo'ak, his daughter Tuck, his adopted daughter Kiri, born from Grace Augustine's unconscious Gnostic's avatar, and a human boy named Spider, the offspring of Miles Quaritch, who was born on Pandora but was unable to be brought to Earth in Cryosta. While Ney'tiri distrusts Spider because of his human heritage, Jake can embrace Spider as his adoptive son. Spider is not proud of his human background and feels more drawn to Gnostic's customs and culture. They lived ordinary lives up until the point when they observe a peculiar star in the night sky. They are shocked to learn that it is an RDA spaceship carrying humans who are colonizing Pandora once more and building a new main operational base while also doing tremendous havoc on Pandora. Colonel Quaritch, a clone Gnostic with his pre-death memories implanted, is one of the newcomers on board the ship. As a result, Quaritch can only recall the past and his vindictive mission to kill Jake and is unable to recall his death at the hands of Jake. Jake directs a systematic guerrilla operation against the RDA supply lines, weakening them, to stop the RDA from abusing Pandora once more. Lo'ak, who disobeys Ney'tiri and is anxious to demonstrate his prowess as a Gnostic warrior, tries to aid Jake in fight during one of the operations but is injured. Jake saves him and teaches him not to put his own safety in peril by acting recklessly. That evening, as Jake was attending to his wounds, Ney'tiri gently reminded him not to be too harsh on Lo'ak. Jake responded by expressing his concern as a parent for the security of his kids. Quaritch, who is upset over the retaliatory attack on the RDA supply lines, launches a quest to find Jake and kill him. Jake's kids and Spider go on a joyful expedition deeper into the rainforest. Unbeknownst to them, Quaritch and his crew are nearby, looking into the location where Quaritch finds his human remains. Lo'ak, who is keenly aware of their existence, alerts Jake right away. Following a skirmish, Quaritch's team kidnaps Jake's kids. The majority of them are set free when Jake and Ney'tiri arrive in time, but Spider is seized by Quaritch because he is his son. The RDA tries to force Spider to give them information on Jake aboard the ship, but Spider refuses. Quaritch shifts tactics and addresses Spider as his son while also providing more information about the Gnostics in exchange for Spider's freedom on his side. Spider educates Quaritch about Gnostic's culture despite his reluctance and ignorance of his true purpose. Quaritch also had success training an Ikran flying monster to use as his vehicle. Jake persuades Ney'tiri and his family to leave the Omatikaya clan and flee to the eastern seaboard of Metkayina, a coral reef island whose clan and way of life are tailored to Pandora's aquatic habitat, in order to protect their safety from the threat that Spider's knowledge of their whereabouts poses, as well as to prevent another catastrophe. Ney'tiri and his family are initially reluctant to do this. Jake abdicates his position as leader to his successor and travels to Metkayina with his family. When they arrive, the clan chief Tanawari and his wife Ronald welcome them but at first have their doubts. Jake, though, explains their predicament, and it is decided to let them stay and provide shelter. Jake and his family are mocked by certain tribesmen because of their genetic human heritage, but as they learn the traditions of the reef people, they gain the respect of the tribe. While Lo'ak makes friends with Syria, the daughter of clan leader Tanawari, and his wife Ronald, Kiri is enamored with the underwater life of Metkayina and forms a spiritual relationship with the sea and its species. When Aonung makes a cruel remark about Kiri and him because of their mixed human bloodline, Lo'ak fights with him while they are adjusting to their new environment. Jake chastises his son for acting out. Lo'ak returns to Aonung and his pals to offer his regrets at Jake's persuasion. However, they lure him into the domain of a lethal sea predator, the Akula, and abandon him there as payback. The Akula makes an attempt to harm Lo'ak. Lo'ak, however, is rescued and becomes friends with Payakan, a tulkun, a species of pacifist and intelligent cetacean that the Metkayina regard as their spiritual family. The old harpoon head is taken out of the beast's right fin by Lo'ak, who can communicate with Payakan by signing. Upon his return to Metkayina, Chief Tanawari, who had learned of Aonung's deception of Lo'ak, requests that the latter apologize to Lo'ak. However, Lo'ak chooses to accept responsibility for the situation on his own, earning Aonung's friendship. Also mentioned is the fact that Payakan is an outcast of his species. A terrible seizure strikes Kiri when she is traveling to a branch of the Tree of Souls to visit her mother. Ronald heals her, but Quaritch is able to locate them to the Reef People's home archipelago when Jake asks Norm Spellman and Max Patel for assistance. He commandeers a whaling ship that is pursuing tulkuns in order to collect their brain enzymes for the production of anti-aging medications, bringing Spider along. When the local tribes refuse to answer his severe questions about Jake's whereabouts, Quaritch instructs the whaling crew to murder the tulkuns willfully in an effort to draw Jake out. When Lo'ak mentally connects with Payakan, he discovers that the tulkun was exiled as a result of going against the conventions of his race by attacking the whalers responsible for his mother's death. When the Metkayina hear about the tulkun killings, Lo'ak and his siblings Syria and Aonung leave to warn Payakan. They locate Lo'ak, Kiri, and Tuk being held captive by Quaritch, and Payakan being pursued by the whalers. Jake, Ney'tiri, and the Metkayina headed out to confront the humans since their children were in danger. Jake is forced to submit by Quaritch, but when he realizes that his soul brother is in danger, Payakan fights the whalers, starting a battle that leaves the majority of the crew dead and seriously damages the ship, leading it to sink. Lo'ak and Spider are saved by Medium, who is then fatally shot. Jake is up against Quaritch, who is holding Kiri prisoner. Quaritch momentarily rejects his kid when Ney'tiri does the same to Spider, but changes his mind after Ney'tiri cuts Spider on the chest. The sinking ship eventually traps Jake, Quaritch, Ney'tiri, and Tuk inside. Jake knocks Quaritch out with a strangulation, is saved by Loike and Payakan, and Kiri calls sea animals to assist her in rescuing Ney'tiri and Tuck. Spider locates and saves Quaritch, but after witnessing his brutality toward the Na-6 and prioritizing his desire to destroy Jake's family over becoming his father and developing into a nice man, he decides to leave Quaritch and return to Jake's family. Following Medium's funeral, Jake and his family decide to live permanently with the Metkayuna.